welcome everybody. Good to see you guys. All right, Dr. Ben here, F8 Well Centers, welcome. Put down below where you guys are watching from. Love to give you a shout out. Here's what we're thinking about. I talk to patients all the time. I talk to people on social media all the time. And everybody is like, well, how do I fix it? You always say, get to the root cause. You always say, how do we figure out? Hey there, Northern California, good to see you. How do we figure out the root cause? How do we figure out what is truly going on? And so then we say, well, you gotta do the blood work, you gotta look at all these things, and like, okay, well that's cool, root cause, but how do we fix it? What do we do? Not everybody wants to come in and become a patient, work hand in hand with me, with my F8 team, go through and get a continuous glucose monitor and do the supplementation, detoxification, all these things, and be supported in that. Some people are like, you know what, I want to do this on my own. So tonight, I'm going to continue my series. I did one, I've got another video, Autoimmune Solutions, on blood sugar. Blood sugar is the foundational piece. If you want a copy of that one, check my YouTube channel. Otherwise, send me a DM that says Autoimmune blood sugar, and we can get you a copy of that one. But I'm going to go through system by system by system that we're doing and that we do with our patients every single day to help them reverse their autoimmune. Slippery elm can be good for the gut. Sure, it's one of those things that can be helpful. It's not going to fix anything. So tonight we're going to be going into leaky gut. What is leaky gut? Is it even a real thing? A lot of doctors are like, that's not even a thing. What's good for RA? Chanel, that's a great question. What's good for RA? I don't know, maybe some glucosamine chondroitin, for your joint, but you're asking the wrong question. How can I stop my RA? How can I stop the systems that are creating my rheumatoid arthritis, that are creating my MS, that are creating all of these different things? That is the right question. And so that's why I did my video on blood sugar. And you need to go in depth into what your blood sugar is doing. That's why I'm doing this one on leaky gut. So if you can't stay through the whole video, if you've got to jump, if you need to, if you're coming in late, ask for the blood sugar autoimmune video, ask for the leaky gut video. You can also go to the YouTube channel, and I've got tons on there. So give me a like, give me a thumbs up if you guys are dealing with autoimmune, and share this with anybody that you know that's dealing with autoimmune issues. And if you've ever heard, have you guys heard the term leaky gut? Put down yes or no if you've heard the term leaky gut, if you think you kind of know what that actually means. So I'm going to get into leaky gut tonight. Number one, people always ask, how do I know if I have leaky gut? Right? How do you know if you have leaky gut? Do you do a test? Sure, there are tests. Hey there in Pennsylvania, there are tests to see if you have leaky gut. You can do a blood test. You can do a stool test. There's different tests that you can do to see if you have leaky gut. But you want to know the easiest test to know if you have leaky gut is to look at your blood work and see if you have an autoimmune disease. If you have an autoimmune disease, I am 99% sure that you have leaky gut. So we're going to work on it. And we're not going to spend $500 in doing the testing. And we're just going to work on it. We're going to help your gut. We're going to help your microbiome. We're going to do all these things that we know your body needs. So what is leaky gut? Where does it come from? And how does it drive this autoimmune reaction? So leaky gut is in the small intestine. The small intestine, so this is how the digestive tract goes. It goes mouth, esophagus, stomach, small intestine, large intestine, and then things go out. I have Crohn's and just had my gallbladder out. Yeah, sunshine. Crohn's is, you got it double because you have an autoimmune disease, and that autoimmune disease is attacking your gut. Here's the deal. Some people need to work on leaky gut their whole life, and I'll get into some of that as well. So, leaky gut is where the small intestine lining is not keeping things out like it's supposed to. Okay, what does that mean? Well, think about our digestive tract as still being outside of the body. You're like, well, that's weird. It's inside my body. Well, no, think about this. So you've got skin. It goes into the mouth, goes down, goes through the stomach, goes through the small intestine, and then goes out through the rectum. And that entire time, as long as your tube is sealed good, it is still a barrier, and you're still outside of the body. Remember when you were a kid, you had those balloons? And give me a thumbs up if anybody remembers this. Do you squeeze that balloon and it goes bloop? It had water in it, and it would do this, like it would just keep going inside out, inside out, inside out. You guys remember those? And you like squeeze it like that. Well, if we could do that, if you could squeeze me really hard and my insides would come outside, my insides would be covering my body, and then my skin would be my digestive tract. Does that make sense? And so it's this continuous barrier system. And think about this, leaky gut, sometimes it's just so irritated that you're allowing things into the bloodstream. Other times it's the tight junctions that open and close at the wrong time. But the irritated gut lining, it can be like if you had open sores on your arm. And I live up in Colorado. We go up to the mountains a lot. And so we've got, hey, Kristen, good to see you there. Thanks for jumping in. Does DGL or licorice help leaky gut? It sure can. It's going to be part of the 4 R's. So somebody start writing these down. For everybody else, we're going to be talking about the 4 R's tonight. So let's say I go up to the mountains and there's a pit toilet up there. And I go, oh, let me check my phone. Oh, I dropped my phone into the pit toilet. You may have ever been in a pit toilet. You can give me the emoji, the brown emoji, if you've been in the pit toilet. So I dropped that pit toilet in there. I have open sores on my arm. I reach in and I pull that phone out, but I'm getting a bunch of yucky stuff going into the open sores in my arm. That is what is happening in that small intestine lining. It's irritated. It's damaged. There's inflammation. And so you're bringing things into the bloodstream too early. It's creating this immune inflammatory cascade, and ultimately part of that trigger for autoimmune. So again, a bunch of new faces coming on. Dr. Ben, f8wellcenters.com, and I've got office in Colorado, and we work remotely. Probably 90% of our patients are remote. I talk to patients in Texas and California and New York and Florida and everything in between every day. So would love to help you figure this out. If you have autoimmune, you have leaky gut. So what do you need to do? Get out your notebook. Anybody that's just jumping on, I'm going through a series in my lives over the next week or so where I'm going to be giving you piece by piece by piece of what you need to do. Earlier I did one on blood sugar, and if you did not catch that one, send me a DM with your email and say autoimmune blood sugar, and we'll get you that video, or go to my YouTube channel and you can watch that as well. So this one is all about the gut and what we need to do to help heal up that gut lining. So the 4 R's are going to be starting with remove. So remove is actually kind of two-pronged for the remove side. Remove, you need to remove different foods. So this is basically what we call an AIP diet. Give me a heart if you guys have heard autoimmune paleo. If you've tried AIP diet before. So AIP is going to be autoimmune paleo. A lot of people have heard about paleo diet. That's where it's like, well, I don't eat grains. I'm going to eat mostly meats and vegetables and some sweet potatoes, some different things. So the AIP, autoimmune paleo, is a step further. We're going to try to calm down this inflammatory process as much as we possibly can. So a bunch of you guys have either heard or tried the AIP before. It's not the be all and end all. It's not going to fix everything just going AIP. And this is where a lot of people, hey Laura, good to see you. A lot of people get into this thought of like, I'm going gluten free. I'm going to do AIP. I'm going to drink celery juice because they say that's what causes my Epstein-Barr virus and blah, 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 blah. What kind of blood work is included in your special this week? So yes, we've got our Black Friday special. My team talked me into putting it out early this week. So this is everything we do with our patients, all the hormones, thyroid, adrenals, leaky gut markers. We look at inflammatory markers. We look for Hashimoto's and lupus and RA and everything we possibly can is included there. It's actually a $3,000 panel, but we've got our Black Friday special going on this week. So here's what we're looking at is you've got to remove those inflammatory foods. Beans can be inflammatory. Nuts, seeds can be inflammatory. The lectins in there can definitely create inflammation. You look at gluten, corn, soy, dairy, nightshades even can be inflammatory. It doesn't have to be forever. You're not going to have to do AIP forever. And if you are having to do it forever, you're not fixing what the underlying causes are. So with AIP, it's a short-term thing, 2 weeks, 4 weeks. Let's pull all this stuff out. You're going to eat protein. You're going to eat fats. You're going to eat vegetables, and that's basically it. It's plain, it's blah, it is what it is. But if you've got major autoimmune, if you've got inflammatory process, you've got to start there. So we remove all those potential food irritants, and then we also remove, so somebody write this down here, the 4 R's we're talking about, remove. So anybody jumping in, if you're just getting into this one, or if you have to jump, hey, Colorado Springs, come up and see us. Yeah, we would love to see you, Kim. With this 4 R's, remove, and so then you've got to remove the bad stuff. So if any of you guys have to jump, send me a DM with your email and I'll send you this video. With the remove phase, you've got to kill off the bad stuff. My favorite is our oil of oregano. It's time released. It's not a capsule or a drop or anything like that. This is this time released that's going to get down into the small intestine, into the large intestine, kill off the bad stuff, bad bacteria, yeast, parasites, all types of different things. I've used it for years and years and years. Yep. Coffee is definitely gone. You can still do green tea during the AIP. So then you're going to go and kill that off. I'll do three times a day with patients for 10 days, do a pretty massive kill off, and then we're going to rebuild after that and reinoculate through there. So you've got to kill off first before you take probiotics. So many people do it the wrong way and they just start by taking probiotics, but it's never going to be enough. So spicy food, onions, black pepper. Yeah, even peppers are nightshades. Black pepper is nightshade. So we even have people take out black pepper during that time. So you're going to remove the bad stuff, kill it off, and you might have to do this 2 or 3 times. And then you re-inoculate. Is Synthroid better than levothyroxine? Vegas girl, they're both T4. It doesn't matter. You're not fixing your Hashimoto's by taking levothyroxine or Synthroid. I'm struggling with leaky gut. Yeah, I absolutely guarantee you are. If you have Hashimoto's, you have not fixed your leaky gut, I guarantee you're struggling with it. So with that, remove, then you re-inoculate. So then you bring in the probiotics. Do the probiotics a week or 2 weeks, and then you do another round of kill off, and then you come back in with another one. I've been dealing with celiac disease. That's one of the top 7 autoimmune conditions out there. And so somebody write these down here for everybody. So you've got to, how do you know if you have leaky gut? Like I said earlier, just Dawn, you check your blood work, see if you have autoimmune. If you have autoimmune, you've got leaky gut. So we've got remove, we've got reinoculate, we've got replace. So you need to replace any digestive support. Do you need to replace some enzymes? Do you need to replace stomach acid support? Do you need to replace bile salts? Is the Black Friday deal a full panel? Absolutely. It's everything we do with our patients on day one. It's a $3,000 panel. How do I know that? We've had patients that have gone and tried to get it done on their own, and they get billed that amount. It's crazy. So yeah, most people with histamine intolerance have leaky gut. Absolutely, we got to work on this. So replace. How do you know if you need enzymes? If you're having undigested food in the stool, if you are, you're getting lower bloating, anything like that, you probably need some digestive enzymes. If you're getting upper, if you're getting reflux, indigestion, heartburn, anything like that, you probably need some betaine hydrochloride. You need some hydrochloric acid, because here's the deal. Most people think you don't make enough, but or you make too much, but most people, as you age and as you're under stress, you're not making enough. You're not making enough stomach acid. And so that's where a lot of this is coming from. And so can you get me off of statins? I can't get you off of statins. I can help your body regulate its cholesterol, and you can make that decision with your doctor to get off your statins. I need enzymes, absolutely. Nancy, send me a message and I can get you, send me a DM and I'll get you my favorite enzyme possible. So if you have major lower bowel bloating and it's just like, it looks like this, a lot of times the oil of oregano will make a major change. What is HCl? Hydrochloric acid. Hydrochloric acid, betaine hydrochloride, you're making in your stomach, but as you age and as you're under stress, you're not making enough. So I guarantee you're not making enough stomach acid. How do I know that? Because you're both aging and you're both stressing. That's pretty much, if you're living, you're doing those things. So most people actually don't make enough. Oil of oregano, will you have big time side effects, as I've heard? Nope. Karen, I have used the oil of oregano that we use for years, like 20 plus years, and we've never seen big time side effects with it because it is time released. It gets to the digestive tract. It doesn't go everywhere. How do you test for leaky gut? Mama Honey Bear 80, you must have come in late. So anybody that's coming in late, if you want a copy of this video or even my blood sugar one that I released earlier, go ahead and send me a DM and let me know which one you want to see. I'm going to be doing, it's about a 10-part series on autoimmune. So you need to, Mary, there's definitely other things you can do if you're allergic to oregano. Is sour taste in your mouth a GERD symptom? It could be. You could be regurgitating enough up in there. Hey, from Canada. So you could be regurgitating up through there. But if you're having heartburn, reflux, indigestion, food sitting in the stomach, sour stomach, anything like that, you probably need betaine hydrochloride, hydrochloric acid, and that's going to be the replace. Then, so Madison, we have labs in every single city in the United States. We can get labs. I just had one from a lady in the middle of nowhere in South Dakota. I had another lady in Denver, another lady in Florida today, all over the place. Best probiotic, I've got a couple that I recommend. Send me a DM and I'll get you a link for those. Madison, Michigan, totally easy to get blood work there. So then number 4 for the 4 R's is going to be repair. This is where we're going to actually repair that gut lining, and we're going to get it to come from a place of irritation, damage, raw, yucky, to a place of, wow, we can actually keep this out. Madison, if you Google LabCorp near me, I guarantee you we've got a LabCorp close to you. We'll get the blood work done and then we'll work remotely with you from there. So the repair, write these things down. Glutamine, L-glutamine is one of my favorites. Pretty much everybody should be doing L-glutamine, especially High Speed Hillbilly. Thank you so much. I love hillbillies. I grew up partially in the Ozarks in Missouri, so I love the hillbilly world. So L-glutamine, one of my favorites. If you're working out hard, if you're exercising hard, it's great for recovery, but it's huge for your gut. You can look at zinc carnosine, especially for the stomach. Why does my GI have no clue what SIBO is? Because they don't have a drug for it. There you go. I just started taking glutamine. Good job. But Jans, if all you're doing is taking glutamine, you're not going to fix your gut. If you didn't kill off, if you didn't get the re-inoculating, if you're not helping with the enzymes, all those things. So glutamine's great, but again, none of these things by themselves are going to work. And this is why people always ask, what do I do? How do I heal this? You don't give me enough information. I'm like, It's a process, you know. There's a lot of things. How do you know what brand works best for L-glutamine? I can get you access to my page where my patients are able to get the highest quality, best supplements possible. And so if you send me a DM, I'll get you a link for that. It's zinc carnosine is the type. Zinc carnosine is going to be the type that actually heals that gut lining, great for ulcers, lots of different things. Then you look at aloe vera juice. You can do that powder, you can do that liquid. Aloe vera is great for healing. Marshmallow root, not marshmallows, marshmallow root is going to be great. Bone broth, make your own bone broth. I just had some buffalo bones, put them in, made my own bone broth, drinking on that. It's not, you know, it is what it is. It doesn't taste great, but you know, that is great for the gut lining. So bone broth, you can do collagen is good for that as well. You can do chicken foot soup. So next time you go to the market, have them give you the chicken feet and actually that's some of the best collagen. If you're looking to get rid of your wrinkles, chicken foot soup is the best source of collagen you can possibly get. So definitely, think about chicken foot soup if you're wanting to get rid of your wrinkles and help heal up your leaky gut. So these are all going to be really good things to help heal up and repair that gut lining. So the 4 R's, somebody write these down. So we've got remove, you got to remove the bad stuff, you got to remove the bad foods, you've got to re-inoculate the good stuff, bring it back in, you've got to replace any of the digestive supports, enzymes, stomach acid, bile salts if you've had your gallbladder out, and then you need to repair that gut lining. And so this is a process. They always eat the chicken feet. There you go. So it's a process, and that's why, there's not like, hey, can I take this for leaky gut? Can I take bile salts? It's from ox bile, and it actually makes that bile to replace if you've had your gallbladder. I live in the Ozarks. Nice. Yeah, we had 20 acres in Ozark County, and beautiful, beautiful country. I miss it a lot down there. So leaky gut is a huge, huge part of autoimmune. Basically, you will not heal from autoimmune unless you absolutely 100% focus on healing your leaky gut. And if you need support, if you need help with that, that's what we're here for. I'm giving you all this information. If you want to run with it, amen, God bless you. And my number one goal is to help as many people heal as possible. If that's you going to do it, great. If you need help, is AIP the only way to remove the bad things? As far as bad foods, yes. As far as bad pathogens, that's where the oil of oregano comes into play. We've got to go through, and I've got a self-guided course that I'm releasing in the next week as well. And so you'll be able to, if you're more of a self-guided person, you're going to be able to do some of these things on your own. But if you're not, if you're like, hey, I want to work with this team, I want to, the supplement order, that'll be included in there, Josie. I want to work with this team. I want to truly have somebody hold my hand, walk through it, get me where I need to be. Then we're here for that as well. And that's why we've got the Black Friday. Kimberly, you just read my mind. That's why we got our Black Friday. Kimberly just said, any Black Friday deals? Yes, so $349, and it's the cheapest that this blood work exam, reported findings, metabolic assessment is going to be all year. This is literally a $3,000 panel. We have had people do this all the time, where they're like, oh, I'll go do it on my own, and then they get this bill for $3,000 and we can't help them. Pure therapeutic grade oregano essential oil? No. Karen, you've got to get that oil of oregano down into the digestive tract. If you put it on your tongue, it's going to go out into the system. If you put it in a gel cap and take it, it's going to open up in the stomach and go systemic. It's got to be time released and get all the way down. It is the only one. Raw aloe vera can reduce the anti-TPO. No, I mean, if that's all you're doing, sure. If you combine that with 100 other things, sure, it can be helpful. That's absolutely, yeah. So we do all of this for about a month or so. Yeah, Pam. So you're going to work through this process, and it can take, anywhere from 2 to 4 weeks, depending on how bad it is and how fast you go with things. But we see people change within 2-3 weeks all the time going through this process. It's amazing. You still have to fix your blood sugar. You still have to fix your infections. You still have to fix your liver. You still have to do all these other things. So look for my next video. I'll be doing a live tomorrow, and I'll be talking about the next systems that you need to do. What is the name of the blood test for leaky gut? There's a lot of different tests you can do, and they're like $400 or $500 for leaky gut. I love looking at eosinophils. That's my favorite one. If your eosinophils are over 2%, very good chance you have leaky gut. So I'm going to jump, guys. Gotta go meet family over at church tonight, and gonna go see everybody. But just love having you on. Autoimmune is fixable. We've seen people heal from MS. We've seen people heal from Hashimoto's, from rheumatoid arthritis, from alopecia. Their hair grows back. Will all these lives be the same time each night? Unfortunately, my schedule, I'm kind of bouncing around, so I'll do one tomorrow morning. But here's the deal. Send me a DM with your email and ask for these videos. Also, follow me on YouTube, and we will have all of them on there. So is the lab called LabCorp, Madison LabCorp, the second one. So we will have all these on YouTube as well. So blood sugar, leaky gut, we're going to get into adrenals, infections, environmental toxins, vitamin D. We're going to get into all of these different systems, and that is how you heal from autoimmune. If you want to do it yourself, go for it. If you want help, that's what we're here for. Take care, guys.